Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. The title of our today's video is How to Create Chargebee Customer for Jotform Submissions. So I'm running a business and I'm using Jotform as my form builder application, and I wish that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Jotform account, automatically a new customer should be created in my Chargebee account too. For this, we are going to create a connection between Jotform and Chargebee. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So in Pabbly, we have the concept of trigger and action. For trigger, we are going to use Jotform, and for action, we are using Chargebee. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, follow me through the screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we are going to learn how to create Chargebee customers from Jotform submissions. For this, we are going to create a connection between Chargebee account and Jotform account. To create this connection, I have opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as you'll open the landing page of Pabbly, you will get two options. One is sign up for free and the another one is sign in. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you will get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting two applications, which is Chargebee and Jotform. So I'm going to click on access now. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation we are going to click on this button right over here which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to create Chargebee customers for Jotform submissions. And now we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. By this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And now we are going to select our trigger application, which is Jotform. I am selecting Jotform right over here because I want that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Jotform account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. And now for the trigger event, I am going to select new response. And now you can see that it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this URL to create a connection between our Jotform account and our Pabbly's workflow. So first I'm going to copy this URL. And then we are going to read the notes. It is saying log into your Jotform account, open the form in the form builder, click on settings tab, navigate to the integrations tab and search for webhooks. So first we are going to open our Jotform account, and as you can see that this is my Jotform account, and over here are all the forms that I have created. So if you wish to create a new form, you can click on create form and create your own. But I am going to use this form which is new form. So I'm going to click on edit form. And yes, you can see that this is my form, and if I wish, I can add form elements right from here. But this is my final form, so I don't want any editing in this. So I'm directly going on to the settings. And then from the left sidebar, we are going to go on integrations. And now over here, we are going to search for webhooks. We are searching for webhooks because I want to create a connection between my Pabbly's workflow and Jotform account. So over here, you can see webhooks. So I'm going to open this. And first, we are going to erase this HTTP. And then we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow. After pasting that URL, I'm going to click on complete integration. And yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Jotform account with our Pabbly's workflow. Over here, you can see you have successfully created your integration. And now we are going to click on finish. And you can see a tick mark right over here, which means that our integration was successful. After this, we are going to go on publish. And now over here you can see that this is my form link. So I'm going to open this link in a new tab and do a test submission. So I'm doing this test submission because I want to trigger my workflow. So for the first name, I'm going to enter it as demo, last name as user, phone number as this, and for the email, I'm going to use demoUser99@pabblytudes.com. After entering all these details, I'm going to click on submit. And yes, you can see your submission has been received. This means that Jotform has sent a submission to our workflow. So we are going to open our workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response or not. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. Over here, you can see the first name, the last name, email address and also the phone number that we entered. This means that our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. So for our action application, we are going to select Chargebee right over here, because I want that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Jotform account, automatically a customer should be created in Chargebee too. So I'm going to search for it and select it. And for the action event, I am going to select create a customer. And again, we are going to click on connect. And as you can see, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Chargebee account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to go and add a new connection. And now it is asking me for the API key, password and the site name. So for this, we are going to read the instructions, and it is saying to get your API key, log into your Chargebee account, go to settings, configure Chargebee and API settings, and then webhooks. So we are going to open our Chargebee account, go to settings and then configure Chargebee. And then we are going to scroll a little, and over here you will get the option of API keys. So I'm going to open this. And over here you can see the keys that I have created already. But now I'm going to create a new API key. So for that, I'm going to click on add API key. We are going to keep it as full access key and all. And I'm going to name the key as testing. And then we are going to click on create key. And yes, you can see that key has been created with the name testing. So we are going to copy this key. And now we are going to paste it in our workflow. And for the password, we can leave it as blank. So I'm going to leave it as blank. And then it is asking me the site name. So for this, again, we are going to open our Chargebee account. And over here, you can see that this is my site name, which is after HTTP and before .chargebee. So I'm going to copy this and paste it in my workflow. And now we are going to click on save. And yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Chargebee account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me the ID. So for this, we are going to map this detail. Mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Jotform as my trigger application. So I'm going to map the details from the response of my trigger application only. I'm going to open my response, and I want to keep the ID as the first name of my customer and then the new customer. So first I'm going to map the first name of my customer, put a space and type new customer. And then we are moving on forward for the first name. I'm going to map the first name again. I'm going to search for first name right over here, map it. And then for the last name, we are going to do same. I'm going to search for last name and map the last name. After that, we are moving on for the email address. So I'm going to search for the email address and map the email address. And then for the phone number, I'm going to search for phone number and map the phone number. And as you can see that I have filled all the required or the details I wish to fill in. And it is asking me for some more details, but I don't wish to fill in these details. I'll directly move on to the billing first name. Again, we are going to search for first right over here and select demo. And then we are going to do the same for the billing last name. We are going to search for last, map the last name. Same for the billing email address. We are going to search for email and map the email address. And yes, you can see that I've mapped all the details that I wished to map in, or which were the required details. So if you wish, you can add more details right over here. But now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received a positive response. Here's the first name, last name, email and phone number. This positive response means that our details have been added to our Chargebee as a new customer. So I'm going to open my Chargebee account and check that if a new customer has been added or not. And yes, you can see name demo user 99@pabblytudes.com, and the same phone number has been added as a new customer in our Chargebee account too. This means that our workflow is successful. But I'll just test the workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. For this, we are going to open our Jotform. Again, we are going to do a test submission. So I'm going to refresh the page. And now we are doing the submission to check that if our workflow is successful or not. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as test, last name as user only, phone number as this. And for the email, I'm going to keep it as test@pabblytudes.com. And then we are going to click on submit. And yes, you can see your submission has been received. This means that Jotform has sent a submission to our workflow, Pabbly triggered the workflow, and then created a new customer in our Chargebee account. So we are directly going to open our Chargebee and check that if a new customer has been created or not. This time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. So we are going to open our Chargebee. And yes, you can see name test user, email test@pabblytunes.com, and the same phone number has been created as a new customer in our Chargebee too. This means that our workflow is successful. So I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For our trigger application, we selected Jotform. For our trigger event, we selected new response. Pabbly gave us a webhook URL, so we used this URL to create a connection between our Jotform account and our workflow. And then we clicked on save and send test request. Pabbly said waiting for a webhook response, so we did a test submission for Pabbly to capture the response, and then we moved on to our action step. For our action application, I selected Chargebee. For our action event, we selected create a customer. We mapped the ID, first name, last name, email, phone number of the customer because we wanted these details to turn dynamic and change with every new form received. And we wanted this workflow to run in real time. That's why we mapped all these details. After mapping all these details, we clicked on save and send test request. And over here, you can see the 2 customers I created during this video. So if you have any query related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.